It is better to win than to merely be morally correct, whatever that means. I'm not terribly interested in the Confederacy. I mean, I think the monuments are certainly worth preserving in their own right.
Why?
Because they're beautiful, and there is something romantic about a lost cause. The Confederacy represented a aristocratic order in the United States. A recognition of the beauty of that order, I think is worth maintaining, no question.
As a Southerner myself, I was born and raised in Louisiana. Can you describe for me the beautiful part that I, as a Southerner, should see when I look at the Confederate flag?
I understand that you, as a black man, do not resonate with these things.
I'm a Southerner.
Yeah, but see, this is why, region is less important than ethnicity and race. I understand why African Americans would not resonate with the Confederacy. No question. If I were African, I would not resonate with it, and I might kind of hate it. Because civilization is ultimately based on oppression and slavery. And that might not be something that everyone wants to hear, but it is absolutely true. There would be no greatness of the West and so on without power, and at some level without oppression. And that is what it is. That's tragic, but it existed throughout the ancient world. It existed. Some kind of domination and oppression exists throughout the world as it is. It just is what it is. We don't live in an ideal realm in which all individuals have rights.
This message is for Richard Spencer and all those who think just like him. We appreciate your honesty and your alt-right conservative views. However, the same people that your people have a great despair for and anathema for, we are the biblical Israelites. That's the so-called blacks and Hispanics who had suffered at the hand of white supremacy in the hands of your people. And the only reason we've been suffering under white supremacy is because we broke the commandments of God. Now, in the race war movie, you said something that caught my attention. You said, it's better to win than to be morally right. Well, let's go into the Holy Bible and see what the judgment is for those who have afflicted God's chosen people immorally. Let's go to the book of Isaiah. Isaiah chapter 60, verse 14. It says, the sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, and all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet. And they shall call thee the city of the Lord, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel. So that is the judgment of God of those that have been immoral with the children of Israel, being the so-called blacks and so-called Hispanics scattered throughout the diaspora. Now don't feel left out, Mr. Spencer, because God has a book in the Bible just for you and your people. Let's go to the book of Obadiah. The book of Obadiah in verse 18, and it says, in the house of Jacob, that's the blacks and Hispanics whom you despise, whom you want to rule over with rigor. In the house of Jacob shall be a fire, in the house of Joseph a flame. In the house of Esau, that's your people, all Caucasian Europeans are named Esau or Edom in the Bible. You are the Edomites that the Bible speaks of. Let me read that again. In the house of Jacob shall be a fire, in the house of Joseph a flame, in the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken it. Verse 21. And saviors shall come up on Mount Zion to judge the Mount of Esau, and the kingdom shall be the Lord's. So in the end, we win.
make it so hard to serve God? And why when I say that I'm a Jew, it sound odd? For years I've been walking around saying that I'm a black man. I ain't saying that no more, it sounds wrong, man.
This is Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. Please subscribe to our YouTube channels. Stay up to date with our latest events, music, and classroom lessons. IUIC plans to continue visiting different countries where this gospel has not been preached before. IUIC needs your help in pushing this truth. So join us. Subscribe to our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and podcasts, and stay up to date with us. For more information, please visit www.israelunite.org.